कृपालु गुरवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। नमः कमलना भाय नमः कमल मालिने नमः कमल पादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षण यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तग्वं ह देवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। Eternal seekers of divine bliss, let's chant for a while. We will sing from book number 1, page 117. Nitya Seva Mangu, page 117, 117 पृष्ठ। नित सेवा मांगूं श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगूं मैं। नित सेवा मांगूं श्यामा श्याम सेवा मांगूं श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगूं मैं। नित सेवा मांगूं श्यामा श्याम बढ़े भक्ति निष्काम नित मेरी, ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगूं मैं। बढ़े भक्ति निष्काम नित मेरी, ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगूं मैं। नित सेवा मांगूं श्यामा श्याम तेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
तो ही पतित जनन ही प्यारे हैं, हम अगणित पापन वारे हैं।
तो ही पतित जनन ही प्यारे हैं, हम अगणित पापन वारे हैं।
पुनिकत कर एतिक बेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
पुनिकात कर एतिक बेरी ना मुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
पुनिकत कर एतिक बेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
पुनिकात कर एतिक बेरी ना मुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
यदि कहा उन लई शरणाई रे, कहु कत पूतना गति पाई रे।
यदि कहा उन लाई शरणाई रे, कहूँ घात पूतना गति पाई
अब बेर ना करू, अब बेर ना करू करू चेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
अब बेर ना करू करू चेरी ना मुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी ना मुक्ति
भली है बुरी है जो है तेरी है। तुम भी सोचो सचमुच यह मेरी है।
ये भली है बुरी है जो है तेरी है। तुम भी सोचो सचमुच यह मेरी है।
ये भली है बुरी है जो है तेरी है। तुम भी सोचो 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 सचमुच यह मेरी है।
ये भली है बुरी है जो है तेरी है। तुम भी सोचो सचमुच यह मेरी है।
ओ सोचत ही बनी जाए मेरी ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
सोचत ही बनी जाए मेरी न भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
तेरी इच्छा में इच्छा बनाती रहूं। तेरी इच्छा में इच्छा बनाती रहूं। तेरे सुख में ही सुख नित पाती रहूं।
तेरी इच्छा में इच्छा बनाती रहूं। तेरे सुख में ही सुख नित पाती रहूं।
बस चाह इहई एक मेरी ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बस चाह है एक मेरी ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बस चाह इहई एक मेरी ना भुक्ति ना ही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बस चाही है एक मेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बिनु हेतु कृपालु कहाते हो, बिनु हेतु कृपालु कहाते हो, पुनि क्यों साधन करवाते हो।
बिनु हेतु कृपालु कहाते हो, पुनि क्यों साधन करवाते हो।
बिनु हेतु कृपालु कहाते हो, पुनि क्यों साधन करवाते हो।
बिनु हेतु कृपालु कहाते हो, पुनि क्यों साधन करवाते हो।
सुनु विनय कृपालु जो मेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
सुनु विनय कृपालु जो मेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बाढ़ भक्ति निष्काम नित मेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
बाढ़े भक्ति निष्काम नित मेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
नित सेवा मांगू श्यामा श्याम तेरी, ना भुक्ति नाही मुक्ति मांगू मैं।
श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे।
श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे, श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे।
राधे गोविंद राधे श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे
श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे
श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे
श्री राधे राधे गोविंद राधे।
वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद् सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। Devotional listeners, now I request your full attention, and I would request that you give your cell phone a break for this 1 hour. Please refrain from using it. Thank you. The devotee says to Bhagwan, I want to serve you. I wish to serve you for all eternity. I always want to serve you. That is my one and only desire. The concept of devotional service, seva, is one of the most important parts of devotion. In fact, the word bhakti or devotion comes from the root word bhaj, and bhaj means to serve. Bhaj ityesha vaidhatu sevayam parikirtitah. In Garud Puran, Bhagwan Vedavyas says, the word bhakti comes from the root word bhaj. So bhakti or devotion means performing seva to God, serving God. The devotee says, I want to serve you forever and ever. A devotee says, my Lord, I want to serve you to the maximum in this life, and even after I am dead, even after leaving my body, I still wish to keep on serving you. But how is that possible? Panchatvam tanuretu bhuvta nivaha swanshe vishantu sphutam dhataram pranipatya hanta shirasa tatrapi yachevaram tadvapishu payastadiya mukure ज्योतिस्तदीयांगनव्योम निव्यो मतदीय वर्त्मनिधरा तत्तालवृन्ते निलः. There are 5 elements that have gone into the making of my physical body. Once the body is cremated, the 5 elements mix with the elements that the world is made of. So the devotee says, O Bhagwan Shri Krishna, O my beloved, I wish that after my death, the 5 elements of my body should be used in your service. How? May the space element of my body mix into the space that surrounds you. May the air element of my body mix with the breeze that serves you in the summertime, a cool breeze. May the fire element of my body mix into your mirror in which you gaze at your beautiful face. May the water element of my body mix into the water with which you bathe. And may the earth element of my body mix into the ground upon which you place your soft lotus feet. In this way, I wish to serve you even after death. Such a great sentiment, such a wonderful sentiment that devotee has. You are certainly very familiar with the concept of seva. Seva must be done in every possible way. Tasmat seva buddhai prokta. Seva must be done in every possible way. Bhakti means seva. So, seva is done with tan, man, dhan. You've heard this many, many times. With the body, with wealth, and with the mind. Tat siddhyais tanu vittaja. with three things that we have, we must serve God. So I wish to keep on serving you in this life and even after my life is finished. And then the devotee says very lovingly, I've heard that sinners are very dear to you. Sinners occupy a very special place in your heart. I've heard this, O Shri Krishna. And that is a good thing for me because I am definitely a sinner. Hum aganit papa navare hain. I have committed countless sins, unlimited sins, and I continue to commit them. But then why such a delay? Why are you delaying your arrival? Why have you not accepted me? Oh, I understand. Your Vedas say, Todasyeva Sharana Amahasya. You want me to surrender to you before you give me your grace. Bhagwan says, Meri Sharan mein aao, surrender yourself to me, and then I will give you my kripa, my anugraha, my grace. But if that is true, Shri Krishna, then tell me one thing. If you say that you accept only those who surrender to you, then tell me about Putana. What happened to your rule, your law with Putana? Because she did not surrender to you, and you sent her to your divine kingdom, Golok. Why did you do that? It means that you broke the rule for Putana. And if you break it for Putana, if you break it for one person, you must break it for everyone. At least break it for me. So what happened to your law? That you grace only those who surrender to you. Now these words are loving words. They are words of love spoken by a devotee. But the truth is that Putana, the wicked demoness who tried to kill baby Krishna when he was only 6 days of age. He was born just 6 days prior, and she, having been sent by the evil maternal uncle of Sri Krishna by the name Kans, she was his servant, so he sent her to kill all the newborns in Braj. Because the prophecy had said, the one who is going to kill you has already been born. So Kans was terrified. He sent Putana to kill, I don't know where he was born, so just kill all the newborn children. But with Sri Krishna's grace, the very first one that she went to was to Nanda and Yashoda's house. That is the very first house that she went to. She heard that a baby was born, so in their house, so she went there first. But she didn't go looking like a demoness. She changed up her looks drastically. She assumed the form of an extremely, extremely beautiful, alluring young maiden. Everyone who saw her was mesmerized. They could not take their eyes off her. She became so beautiful, so enticing. She walked into Nanda and Yashoda's house, and Yashoda, Rohini, and the other gopis who were present, they did not even bother asking her, "Excuse me, who are you? And you're walking right into my house?" She went into the baby's room and nobody asked her anything. They were so mesmerized. She picked up Krishna, she picked up the divine infant and flew into the sky. She flew up to the sky holding him. But who is this Putana? We all know about Prahlad, great devotee of Bhagwan. Prahlad was just a child when he attained God realization, when he became God realized. Narsingh Bhagwan said to Prahlad, now that your father Hiranyakashipu has been killed, he was committing too many atrocities, his time had come, now you have to be the king. At a very young age, Prahlad ascended the throne. He became the king. And he got married in due course of time, and he and his wife had a son named Virochan. These saints, they seem to perform all types of worldly works. It would seem that they are just like regular people, normal people, nothing special about them. Everybody, well, so many people get married, so these saints also, they get married. So how can I believe that's a saint? How can I believe that this king is a saint? King Dasharath, he was a king. He was a king and a saint. Prahlad, Dhruv, Vibhishan, they were all saints, but kings at the same time. One day I had explained in great detail what Yogamaya Shakti is. Yogamaya is a divine power of God that God possesses, and He gives it over to those who surrender to Him. And equipped with this power, Yogamaya, it seems that God and His saints, they are performing works of Maya, but they remain divine internally. Yoga is there, union with God is always there, union with their divine personality is always there, but outwardly it seems they are performing works of Maya, ordinary works, getting married, having children, even ruling kingdoms, declaring war over the neighboring kingdom, performing works of lust, pride, greed, hatred, anger, you name it. They perform all those works. But inwardly, they are always divine. It just seems as if they are performing works of Maya. So Prahlad got married, and they had a child named Virochan. Virochan had a son named Bali. He was a king. God he visited King Bali in the form of a dwarf, and that is Vamanavatar. Bali had a daughter by the name Ratnamala. Ratnamala saw the Supreme Lord as a dwarf, and she fell in love with him, not as a beloved, but as a child. She thought, I wish that I could be his mother. I wish that he would be my child. I wish to feed him my milk. This is what she thought in her mind. She wanted to be a mother to Bhagwan. So Vaman Bhagwan smiled internally and granted her the boon that I shall be born as Krishna. I shall come to earth as Krishna, and then you come during Krishna avatar, and then I shall fulfill your desire. So Ratnamala is now Putana. She is in a tamasic body because the body of a demoness. So the demons who are actually great lovers of God, greatest devotees of God, they attach their minds to God not with love and adoration, but with hatred sometimes, with envy sometimes, fear. Kans attached his mind to Sri Krishna with feelings of utmost fear. Jarasandh with feelings of hatred. He hated Krishna. Right from the time when he could not even speak properly, he was hating Krishna. But these are great saints who are born in the families of demons, and they attach their minds to God with feelings of hatred and fear, etc. So Kans, a great devotee, has sent one of his servants, Putana, who is also a saint, to kill all the newborns. And she goes to Yashoda's house, she goes into the inner chamber, and now she is flown up in the sky with Krishna. And Shri Krishna is thinking, you had wanted to be my mother, and I am now fulfilling your desire. And he fulfilled her desire. And he sucked the very life out of her. An infant. And Putana was so tall that she was 12 miles tall. 12 miles. So when Krishna sucked the life force out of her, she fell from the sky. She let out a great cry. And she said, Muncha, Muncha, let go of me, let go of me. And she fell to the ground. and trees of the forest for 12 miles, they also fell because her body fell on them. All the villagers came. There was a huge, thunderous sound. They all came alarmed, and they saw this demoness, Putana, because she looked like a very beautiful young maiden earlier, but now she's looking like a demoness. She's so tall, she's so big, and they saw little infant Krishna playing on top of her body. And Yashoda was there. She had been frantically searching for her child. She picked him up and she kissed him and she praised, she gave thanks to God. It is due to Bhagwan Narayan that my child is safe. What if she had fallen face down? What would have happened then? So he was playing on top of her body. Then the villagers all brought their axes. They could not cremate her. It was too big a body. So they took axes and they started chopping her body. And when they did so, there were amazing fragrances that arose from her body. The fragrances that they had never inhaled before. So it was obvious that she was a saint. She was a saintly soul. And now the fragrances were all over. They were spreading in all directions. Nanda Baba was coming home after paying taxes to Kans, and he also inhaled this fragrance. And he thought, I have never smelled anything as beautiful as this. So when he came home and he found out what had happened, he also gave thanks to God. But so Ratnamala, who was completely surrendered to God, she took birth as Putana, and now her desire has been fulfilled. So when the devotee says, you broke the rule for Putana, she didn't surrender to you. He knows in his heart of hearts that she did surrender. Putana was a surrendered soul. The devotees of God come down to earth to be part of his leelas, his divine pastimes. So many of them play the part of his family members and his devotees. In Bhagwan Ram's avatar, Mother Kaushalya and King Dasharath, they were his parents. So they are devotees who got to play the role of his parents. His brothers, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughna, they got to play the part of his brothers. There were so many who were given positive roles. Then there were some who were given the negative roles. All right, now you will fight with me, okay? You'll be named Ravan, and you will fight with me. You will kidnap Sita. You will do that. That's your script. Ravan was acting according to the script. No phones, please. So Ravan was acting according to the script. Kans was acting according to the script. So was Putana. Putana was a surrendered soul. And as I said, these are words spoken lovingly by the devotee. So the devotee says, why are you delaying? Do not delay your arrival any longer. Accept me. Come here and accept me. I beg of you. I do not desire anything from you. I do not desire the pleasures of Maya. I do not desire Swargalok. That's also an abode of Maya. I do not desire even liberation. I do not desire anything. I only desire to serve you and to love you selflessly. Ye bhali hai, buri hai, jo hai teri hai. Now don't hesitate to accept me, because thinking, oh, this one, this individual soul, this Jivatma is not good enough for me. Whether I'm good or bad, I am yours. I belong to you. I do not belong to anyone else. I belong only to you. ये भली है बुरी है, I'm good or bad, I'm yours. मैं जैसी हूँ, अच्छी हूँ, बुरी हूँ, तुम्हारी हूँ. भले बुरे हम तेरे प्रभु जी. तुम भी सोचो सचमुच यह मेरी है. But now you need to think that this Jivatma, this individual soul, is my very own. By your thinking, by this thinking of by you thinking this way, my pitiable condition will be remedied and everything will be fixed for me, everything. There will be nothing else left to do. If you have decided to accept me, if you have decided that I belong to you, if Krishna, you say, yes, this one is she belongs to me. This individual soul belongs to me. This is all that I need. That's all I need. Because God has innumerable qualities, and one of them is Satya Sankalp. Whatever he thinks comes to pass. We might think, well, creation is such a formidable task. How did this creation come into being? How much work God must have done to create all this? The fact is, he just had to think about it. May countless universes be manifested. And there was creation of countless universes. When it came time to create, he just thinks about it. When it comes time to destroy one universe or countless, then he simply thinks, let countless universes be destroyed. And they are destroyed because he is Satya Sankalp. So all you have to do is something very simple. You just have to think, oh, this one is really mine. And that's all I ask of you. तेरी इच्छा में इच्छा बनाती रहूं, तेरे सुख में ही सुख नित पाती रहूं. How beautiful this concept is. May I desire what you desire. May I be happy in your happiness. This is very foreign to us because we say to others, do as I say. Desire what I desire. Be happy in my happiness. Make me happy. But the devotee of God is saying, I wish to desire what you desire, and I wish to be happy in your happiness. Tat sukha sukhitvam, says sage Narad in Narad Bhakti Darshan. Tat sukha sukhitvam. To be happy in his happiness. A selfless devotee does not ever think of his own happiness. He only thinks about the happiness of his beloved. He only thinks about Krishna's happiness. But you might say, well, doesn't everybody want happiness? How can I let go of the desire for my happiness? That doesn't make sense to me. Well, the fact is that when we start desiring his happiness, then we become happier than any other time. We become truly happy when we renounce the desire for our happiness and we concentrate on God's happiness. Let me please you, let me make you happy. That's the only thing I want. And then the devotee starts experiencing great, great happiness, divine happiness. So it's not that he's not going to be happy, he's going to be the happiest. When he lets go of the desire for his happiness, he becomes the happiest. How can it be that a servant of God pushes his will on God? How can it be? How is that possible? The devotee says, you're my Lord and Master, you're my everything, and by the way, this is what I desire. What does that mean? It means that he thinks he's the master, And he thinks that God is his servant. I want you to do this. This is what I desire, so you go according to you work according to my desire. This is what makes me happy, so you do what makes me happy. No, the true devotee, the selfless devotee, does not ever think like this. It never occurs to him because he has learned from a true guru. So it does not occur to him to ever ask for his happiness. He thinks to himself, in uncountable lives, I pretended to be a devotee of God, but I wasn't really devoting myself. Even in this life, before my guru came into my life, I was just playing the part of a devotee, but I didn't even know what devotion was all about. I thought that being a devotee means you go to the mandir and you ring the bell and you you get your work done in the mandir. Present the list of desires before God and ask Him to fulfill your desires. That's what I used to think. And so even in this life, I have not practiced true devotion. I did not practice it before my guru came into my life. And then I learned that to be a devotee, to be a real devotee, you must work for the happiness of your beloved Lord and your guru, God and guru. This is why this devotee says, Teri ichha mein ichha banati rahun, tere sukh mein hi sukh nit pati rahun. There was a very kind-hearted man, and he had a servant. The servant was now a newcomer to the family of this man. So the kind-hearted man said, "How would you like me to address you? What is your name?" The servant said, "Master, I shall respond to whatever name you give me." Now I know you're not from this part of the world. What kind of food do you like to eat? He asked the servant. The servant said, "Master, I shall eat whatever food you give me to eat." "What kind of clothes do you wear? What kind of clothes would you like to wear?" The servant said, "Master, I will wear the clothes of your choice." The master fell at the feet of the servant. He was a very godly man. And he said, this is what I must say to God. I must be happy in His happiness. I must live as He wants me to live. I must never complain. I must never object. I must be happy in His happiness. I must desire what He desires. If He gives me wealth, I will become custodian of the wealth He has given me. If He gives me poverty, I will embrace poverty because He has given it to me. So it is very dear to me. That poverty will be very dear to me if He gives it to me. He has given it to me. He cannot make mistakes. He has given me, if He gives me good health, I will thank Him for that. He has graced me with good health. And if He takes good health away, He gives me illness, then I shall not object. I shall embrace that illness because it is a gift He has given me. If He has given me fame, then I shall be very humble and I will think that He has given it to me. But if He gives me infamy, when people speak, if everyone turns around against me, family members, friends, acquaintances, everybody I know, they all turn against me, then I will think, He has given it to me. So I shall be happy in His happiness. This is the only way that one can remain devoted to God. Because we tend to be conditionally devoted to God. I will devote myself to you on the condition that you give me good health, enough wealth, or lots of wealth, good family, good friends, name and fame. So ours is conditional devotion. True devotion is unconditional. No matter how you treat me. Ashlishya padaratampi nashtu mamadarsanan marmahatang karotu va yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato mat prananathastu sa eva naparah. These are words of Gauranga Mahaprabhu, part of the Ashtapadi, and Mahaprabhuji says, "O Krishna, O my deceptive Lord, you are very deceptive, lampat. You may treat me in three possible ways. You may embrace me very lovingly, or you may kick me away. Get away from here, I don't want to see you ever. Or you may just pretend that you don't know me. You may become neutral towards me. No love, no hate. I don't know you, so I don't love you, I don't hate you. So you may treat me lovingly, you may push me away, or even kill me, or you may become neutral towards me. These are the only three ways in which you may behave towards me. But I challenge you, Shyam Sundar, that I will continue to love you. My love will not suffer an abatement. It will keep on growing, it will keep on increasing. That is my challenge to you, O Krishna. Because तेरे सुख में ही सुख नित पाती रहूं, तेरी इच्छा में इच्छा बनाती रहूं. This is the principle of devotion. बस चाह इहै एक मेरी. This is my one and only desire, my Lord, that may I desire what you desire, and may I always be happy in your happiness. Nishkam bhakti, unselfish devotion. There is selfish devotion also. Selfish devotion. The individual, this person, has surrendered fully to God. Now there is no attachment in the world, but this devotee wants something or the other from God. For instance, Draupadi was a selfish devotee. She wanted Sri Krishna to protect her honor. So there's a selfish desire. Gajraj was a selfish devotee. Gajraj wanted his life to be saved. So he's a devotee. A through and through devotee. But he wants God to save his life. So there are selfish devotees. And please don't think a selfish devotee is the one who's asking God for more money, better job, this and that. No, that's not even a devotee in the first place. As long as we're asking God for things of the world, we're not even devotees. We don't qualify as devotees. So Jagadguru Uttam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj says that the one who's only asking for these things from God, material things, he's not a selfish devotee. Take out the word devotee, he's only selfish. Selfish devotee is, as I said, Kubja, Gajraj, Draupadi, Gajraj, and the like. They are to be honored, they are to be respected, they are to be glorified, but they are selfish devotees. And we want to be unselfish devotees. Never asking for anything. In the last verse, Shri Maharaj Ji says, Binu hetu kripalu kahate ho, puni kyon sadhan karvate ho. Sunu vinaya kripalu ju meri, na bhukti nahi mukti mangu main. Beautiful words, even more beautiful sentiments, most beautiful message. You are called Binu Hetu Kripalu. You are called causelessly merciful. And yet you say to me that I must do sadhana, I must practice devotion first. But why this condition? Why this condition? If you are unconditionally merciful, why this condition of practicing devotion first before giving your grace? And that makes us think, doesn't it? If he's causelessly merciful, why should he require us to practice devotion before he gives grace? Actually, he doesn't have any such condition. Shri Krishna says, I am willing to give you divine love. What you desire is divine love, I'm willing to give it to you. What you desire is divine happiness, I am willing to give it to you. So bring me a pure heart. Pure heart? I don't have that. I don't know where to get it. Shri Krishna says, well, you must bring a pure heart. I will give you divine love and divine happiness. There's no condition, I'll give it to you. But how do I get a pure heart? Nirumal man jan so mohi pava, Bhagwan says in Ramcharitmanas. I want a pure heart. So we ask, how do I get a pure heart? Bhagwan says, go to a guru. Go to my pure representative. He will work with you. He will purify your heart. Your heart, which is very impure, very, very impure, he knows how to purify it. He will tell you what to do. So then we go to the guru. With God's grace, we are able to recognize the guru. And then the guru tells us, practice devotion. Do sadhana. He's not saying that do sadhana because it's only then that Krishna will grace you. He is saying do sadhana, shed tears of love and longing and repentance so that your heart will become purified. And then you can contain the divine love and happiness that Sri Krishna is willing to give you. He has been waiting to give it to you. For uncountable lives, he has been waiting to give you that, to give you these gifts. So there is no condition behind his grace. Sri Krishna says, here, take it. Take the stuff that I'm giving you. But we ourselves say, well, I don't have that suitable receptacle in which to contain your grace, in which to contain unlimited love and happiness. Well, go to the Guru and he will help you, and then come to me and I will give it to you. In fact, the Guru will give it to you. I will give divine love and divine happiness through the Guru. So Shri Krishna is indeed causelessly merciful. Binu hetu sanehi. As Tulsidas ji says in Vinay Patrika, Aisa ko udar jag mahi, binu seva jo drave deen par, Ram saris ko nahi, Aisa ko udar jag mahi. That my Prabhu Sri Ram is causelessly merciful. In the world, we do not get that grace. People reciprocate. We also reciprocate the kindness of others. They reciprocate our kindness. We reciprocate their kindness. We reciprocate their cruelty. They reciprocate our cruelty. So the world is like that. But the Supreme Lord is causelessly merciful. God and Guru, God and saints are causelessly merciful. So the devotee is praying to Shamsundar with this burning desire to serve him and to continue serving him lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. These are the words of Jagat Guru Uttam Shri Kripaluji Maharaj. They are to be read, they are to be sung, they are to be appreciated, they are to be understood. Boliye Srimad Sadguru Sarkar ki jai. Srimad Yugal Sarkar ki jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.